This is the final segment of the show, and Kristine, this is going to be your first experience with Straight Facts, Bro Relax. So basically, I'm going to drop a statement. You're going to say either Straight Facts or Bro Relax, and then you're going to tell me why. And Jake, of course, you were tickled pink when those rival New York Yankees were eliminated by the Toronto Blue Jays, and of course, everybody, every New York Yankee fan, is calling for Aaron Boone's head again. But he is 200 games over 500 in his managerial career. His Yankees did go to the World Series in 2024. The 2025 season, he does not have Juan Soto. He does not have Garrett Cole. They did make it to the playoffs, and lost in the in the tiebreaker to the Toronto Blue Jays for a first seed in the AL. Why fire him? Jake, Aaron Boone will remain as Yankees manager for next season. Straight facts, bro. Relax.
Straight facts. They're never gonna fire that guy. Okay. All right. And by the way, he's not a good manager. Okay. He has this stacked team every single year. Their season is the same season. Every single season. The first 2 months, they play all these bad teams. They're great. The fans beat their chest. Like, hey, we're going to the World Series. And then the whole summer, they play some of the worst baseball you'll ever see. The same mental mistakes, same defensive mistakes, same issues every single year. They win just enough games just to get into the playoffs, and they come up short every single year. He does not know how to manage a bullpen to save his life. But Hal Steinbrenner is not the same owner that his dad was. He just loves dollar signs and ticket sales, which with the Yankees, he could lock himself in a closet the whole season and they'd still have these crazy ticket sales. You have the Yankees, they're the biggest brand in baseball, maybe the biggest brand in sports. The one that really compares is probably the Dallas Cowboys, and that's in a different sport. So, and Aaron Boone is a yes man. That's why they like him. So, unless the fact that he survived a 2023 season when they won like 82 games is just mind-boggling. I don't see at this point who knows when that guy's getting fired. But yes, he will be the manager come 2026.
And I think a great example is the Toronto Blue Jays, because a lot of people were calling for John Schneider's head, and I think he is the front runner to win AL Manager of the Year. So, I mean, why they were percentage points away from getting the first seed in the AL, and if the players aren't producing, then why is it really the manager's fault? Anyway, it'll be interesting with what they do with Aaron Boone, the New York Yankees. So, Neel, we did go into detail about the NBA, and of course, the NBA All-Star Game is a real problem, especially the competitive level for that game. You could say the same thing about the NHL All-Star Game, but the past season in hockey, the, dare I say, North America, the hockey world was really captivated with the Four Nations face-off. Now, this is a one-off event, but the effort that those players put grabbed a lot of attention, especially from big decision makers in the NBA. The rumor is that I don't know, I apologize, I don't know if it's confirmed if there will be a new element to the All-Star Game for basketball, but it's believed that it will be American players versus the world. Could this be the kick in the pants that the NBA needs? Neel, the effort of NBA players will increase significantly if the All-Star Game is USA versus the world. Straight facts, bro, relax.
I'm hesitant whenever it comes to the All-Star Game about anything being a good idea, but for this, I will say straight facts. And the reason I say that is twofold. Number one, you watch any All-Star Game, you see mostly the flashy American players jumping, shooting threes from half court, all the wonderful lobs we like to see before we want to see a competitive fourth quarter. We all know what the first 3 quarters are like. Just keep the game relatively close and play hard in the fourth. That's a dream for any NBA fan. It's the most we can ask for. We don't get that, though. And a lot of times I notice that the European or international players, they're watching all these guys doing this flashy, jivey stuff, and they kind of couldn't care less. It looks like they're a little apathetic about the game itself. They don't really care if they play 5 minutes and just, shoot a couple threes, a couple rebounds, and pick me out, coach. I don't, their time, they want to rest and whatnot. But throw them on a team together and with all the Americans on the other side, and we'll see how that plays out, because they're going to play with better structure. They're going to have better fundamentals. They have the best players in the world. The world does. The last, 8 MVPs or whatever it is have all been international. And I think that just the fact that, they're up against all these flashy Americans who talk a big game, AAU trained, still got some of that AAU in them, not that hard-nosed, in the dungeon training that these European guys had. I think that not only would they get up more for it from that perspective, but the American guys would be forced to step up against their will, because these European guys are not going to be backing out. Europeans and Shea, of course, and whoever else international. But I think it would be fantastic, because it would be a different element. I think both sides have reasons, whether it's reactive or not, to the other side, of putting in more effort and playing with a greater sense of pride, because all of a sudden, you're in a way not really respecting or not. Well, the U.S. American players are playing for their country now, and everyone in America is going to, going to be cheering them on, and then the world, it's sort of like playing not for necessarily for your country, but for like the allies of the rest of the world against the big behemoth, which is the USA. So I think it's a fun little wrinkle. I think it has potential to be really good, and frankly, I think it's the best idea that's come along in a while. I just don't know how they would exactly make the teams even, because what if you have 14 out of the 24 All-Stars are American? What are those extra 2? Do they send those last 2 guys that they don't want to the world side, and then?
Sorry, I didn't catch what I didn't.
I'm just saying, if there's an uneven number of world versus American All-Stars, how do you?
Well, that's not. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get, like, how many make the All-Star game per side? 15, 12? Yeah. 12. So I mean, no, you're going to get 12 and 12.
So you're saying every year you're going to have exactly 12 world All-Stars and 12 American All-Stars?
Yeah.
So some American guy who may be more deserving than the last world guy, or vice versa, is going to get cut because of their nationality?
That was actually the question I wanted to pose to you three. So let's say, okay, and it's definitely valid, but okay, and I guess is LeBron going to miss a couple of weeks with the sciatica?
Yeah.
But let's say LeBron, KD, Steph, let's say all 3 of them played every single game. Is it a lock that those 3 are going to make that All-Star team, make that USA team, when you have Anthony Edwards, potentially Cooper Flagg, John Morant? If they're a shell of them former selves, there could be a possibility that they now make that USA team, no?
I think they'll be on it.
They make it every year. The fans love
But
it.
no, but every year, Kristine. I mean, it's their conference, or it's the schoolyard pickup. It's not USA.
Wait, Randy, are you talking about the All-Star team?
Like, if the All-Star game was USA versus the world, and the league, or I don't even know if it's going to open up to fans. It doesn't necessarily have to be fan voting, but 12 now. The caveat, now the irony is, because Tatum, Lillard, and Halliburton are all injured. If those 3, especially Tatum and Halliburton, if they were healthy, I would put them as more of a lock than LeBron, especially if he's having a LeBron like a non-LeBron like season.
Yeah, but assuming you take out fan voting, that's the only way that would happen.
Yeah.
Sure, of course, yeah.
But then LeBron, I think, still garners a lot of respect even among coaching circles that they might tie break him with a lot of guys.
But who
And
cares? Like, if I'm a coach, who cares? Who cares what you think? Like, who's
No, I understand. I think that he
Billy
would. It would be a mirror. He'd have to be injured basically for most of the year leading up to the All-Star game to not make it. And that's just the same with KD. Same thing with Steph.
Yeah.
Really, these guys are just kind of locks for the rest of their career. It's just kind of they've built that much clout, deserve it or not. In the case of KD, but Steph and LeBron certainly are deserving of that level of clout. As much as you may have issues with who they are or whatever. LeBron, I'm talking about LeBron.
Sure.
But no, I think that it'd be interesting to see how the team selection occurs, to see how, let's say they get smacked up by the world in the first year, all of a sudden it becomes a real thing. Like the Americans want their revenge the next year. How are they going to parlay this? How, does it make them play harder during the season to be on that team? Does it become an event that, people really want to be a part of it? I mean, we're wishful thinking here. This is irrational optimism at its finest, but yeah, I guess you got to see it to try it out to see.
Yeah,
That's true.
I've always said that I would just love to see this as a 7-game series, and that this tournament be played in Europe, Serbia.
Like
that
honestly,
would just be fun during the summer. During the summer,
but honestly, like
during the off season,
put Shea, Wemby, Jokic,
Luka,
Giannis, and Luka. Put those 5 guys in the starting lineup. There's no American 5 that's going to beat that team.
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, okay. Off the top of my head, now if everybody was healthy,
you need the bench contributions to potentially swing the game.
Yeah, off the top of my head, maybe Anthony Edwards,
No,
Halliburton, Morant.
That's not.
I mean,
no.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. But I mean, like, who are those top guys for the U.S.? I mean,
that's a problem for them. I think reputation wise, it'd be potentially some it may misfire because you're literally putting the Americans out there against hungry pit bull dogs
which is why
are better than you.
Which is why the league should tell LeBron, KD, and Steph to go to Bahamas for that weekend.
LeBron might voluntarily say I don't want to play in the All-Star game because he doesn't want to take that L.
Yeah.
That's true. That too.
Yeah.
Anyway, wonder what's going to happen come All-Star weekend. Finally, Kristine, so you saw how Jake and Neel handled this final segment, and we talked about the Raptors. We talked about Darko Rajaković. I am personally a Darko fan. I think he does have the attention of the team, and I'm expecting good things from Rajaković and the Raptors. But will he have the ability to lead the team closer to the Holy Grail? Kristine, throughout his entire tenure as Raptors head coach, Darko Rajaković will lead the Raptors to a conference semifinal. Straight facts, bro, relax.
Again, this is my cautious optimism. I say, bro, relax. And I mean, I've only seen like one preseason game. And my answer is just really based on, again, cautious optimism, and the team just really needs to gel and also like build a lot of chemistry together. They haven't played together for very long, obviously. And I think for me, best case scenario for me for the Raptors this year, I'm going to say this, I'm answering this question as of this year. I would say like maybe first round. That's my cautious optimism.
First round. So, but
maybe
you're thinking that like they are not going to be top 4. Where do you think they're going to finish up? Top? Because I'm thinking top 6. I'm thinking top 6 in the conference. I think it'd be a
I
disappointment if
say,
the Raptors have to.
I
do
say
this.
6 or 7. Oh, 6 or 7. I'm going to tell that my nephew said it. Sorry.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
was with
What
my
does that
nephews for
mean,
like
Jake?
2 weeks, and they
6'7"?
kept
What
saying
the
it
hell
for
does that
2
mean?
weeks.
Yeah,
It just
you're
means
the
middle of the ground,
together.
sir. It's just like mid, basically. So like they'll
What?
either play 6 or 7, and in my opinion, I think
Okay, so I'm sorry. 6'7" means mid.
it's just like average.
It's a TikTok. There was a TikTok
Yeah.
at it with like LaMelo Ball and like the song "Set It" in it. Now all these 12-year-olds think it's the coolest thing ever when they say it.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. My
This
nephews were
thing
saying it
came
for 2
about
weeks.
because of LaMelo Ball.
It was like a
Huh.
TikTok edit with like of LaMelo Ball and the song playing said 6'7" in it, and all the 12-year-olds on TikTok thought it was
Kids
the
were
coolest thing
eating it
ever.
up.
So
Yeah.
now they're just all saying it.
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's all I heard for 2 weeks.
Dear God, thank you so much for making me 46 years of age. 'Cause what the hell is it? Anyway, whatever.
But that's
But
my
anyway,
answer.
that
Middle of
is
the
your
ground.
answer.
That is my
Okay.
ground. Yeah.
Okay.
Cautious optimism for
And
this year.
when the Raptors finish top 6, Kristine, you owe Neel and myself a beer.
Sure.
So
Whiskey. I'm not really a beer drinker, but whiskey. Let's go for whiskey. There you go.
sounds perfect. Neel, party time. Baby.